Oh, you got a stick there, huh? Ragnar. Good girl. Nope, stay here. Once we get that wood stove set up, all of that snow is going to melt off. Otherwise it does just shake off real easy like that. But it's only been about an hour and we've got quite a bit of accumulation already. Should be a pretty good storm tonight. Looks like we're alone out here. I had to look around in the woods for any spooks or specters, big feet, wendigos, anything like that. Didn't find anything. Guess we're good for now. Like I said earlier, once we get the wood stove going, all of this snow should start just melting as it hits the tent. But for now, in addition to just shaking it off a little bit, I've also got to scrape off the bottom here because this snow starts to pile up and it will push on the sides of the tent if it goes all night long, which the forecast said it's supposed to. See, it'll just slide down. But you still got to scrape it away from the bottom just so it's not putting all that pressure on the sides of the tent. Even when the wood stove is going, it'll melt the snow off, but it'll still accumulate at the bottom. We should be fine sleeping in the night. It's not going to collapse on us or anything, but it does help shed snow better when it's not all compressed in. It's just better to stay on top of it while you can. All right. Back to indoor chores. Winter camps are hard. It's constant work. I'm just trying to remove a lot of this excess snow off of these branches before I process them. And to make enough room for my wood stove, which is going to be right by the camera here. You can see all of this steam coming off of everything because it's already getting pretty warm even without the wood stove. So just my body heat and the dog's body heat is enough to create a lot of steam. It's really nice to have a good saw. The last saw I was using was just like a Coleman or something, and it did the job, but probably twice as slow and twice as much energy. Winter camps may be a lot of work, but it's really nice when you get situated and you can just kind of burrow in. This is the titanium wood stove that I bought that was shipped from Russia. You can see it's got some spot welds all over this. So they handmade this. It's pretty good. It does have a lot of sharp edges, but other than that, it's pretty well made. And it was like $100 cheaper for a much bigger firebox. Altogether, I believe it comes in around 3.5 pounds. There's the base plate, and that's the firebox right there. Origami, like that. And then these steel legs. The person selling these on eBay, I haven't been able to find again. They might do it occasionally, I'm not sure. But they were involved in some kind of race, or I think some kind of adventure race on Lake Baikal, where they would pack some polks, there were little sleds behind them, and ice skate across Lake Baikal. And it's a really long lake, so it's like I want to say it was somewhere around 70 miles. And this particular eBayer, again from Russia, looked like they were some kind of professor, or they taught some outdoor class. And this is the stove that they made and used on their trip. And that is totally upside down. Oops. Oh well, that's okay. Let's start over again. So they had these huge fabric hot tents that they would pull around and distribute among what it looked like maybe 15 people, 15 students. And they'd gather together in these huge tents to sleep. So probably not really my cup of tea, but it looked like this little hot stove, or wood stove I mean, did pretty well to heat up that big tent. And it certainly does just fine for this tent. So there it is. There's a little spark arrestor. And that is the chimney. It rolls out lengthwise, and then you roll it the opposite direction, and then use these rings to keep it in place. And this is the coupler. But once it's going and the chimney is nice and cleared, then you can just zip up the rest of the tent. There's plenty of ventilation up at the top. This is nice and toasty in here now. You can start cooking some of these really wet logs and start moving some of these to the top of the stove, so that they start to dry out. So I'm not going to lie, the hot tent is the best of times, it's the worst of times. I'll talk about the best of times right now, and that is if you are way back in the backcountry, you can get completely comfortable. You can dry out everything. You can see all the steam coming off of me. Everything can get completely dry, and you can feel totally relaxed in here. It's starting to get probably between 60 and 70 degrees right now, and it's really comfortable. As soon as I get my sleeping pad, I can lay out and just relax a little bit, but I'm still preparing some wood. time to do a little cleanup with the snow. It's starting to weigh down the tent. Whew. Well, I've gotten quite a bit of snow already. The night is young. It's going to be a good storm, I'll tell you what. Okay. All right. One baked potato. Thought I heard something slowly walking around in the snow out there. But I think it's just Ragnar's stomach. We're in the middle of eating dinner. I guess it's time to wrap up. The batteries in my camera ran out, so I have to record using my phone. We were going to have breakfast of bacon and eggs, but we're probably just going to get on out of here.